Hi, boys and girls. So today we're going to be going into our new story, um, the story of migration, and then there's also the second story, the grasshopper and the ant. When you are reading these two stories, I really want you to think about similarities and differences between them. You will be at the very end of our chapter, we will be doing a graphic organizer of comparing and contrasting these two stories. So as you're reading, maybe think about facts that you're learning, how butterflies and the grasshopper and the ant are similar, how ways they're different. And we're going to just go over the vocabulary for this section. So our first word is migrate. As we have learned in science, that migrate means to move from one place to another, maybe because of the temperature is changing. It says these butterflies fly far away when they migrate or move from place to place. Our next one is survival. The bluebird flies south for the winter for its survival or to stay alive. So it kind of goes with our science lesson that we just ended, that there are certain things that animals do to survive or that keep them living. Our next word is plenty. Some animals don't migrate in the winter if they have saved plenty of food. So that means you have a lot of something. Maybe at snack time you have 4 or 5 snacks in your lunchbox, and you're like, oh, I have plenty of snacks. I don't know which one to choose. That means you have a lot of them. Our next word is frightening. It is frightening or scary for penguins when leopard seals come nearby. So, frightening means you're scared of something. It can be scary if there's a thunderstorm outside, so it might be frightening to you. Our next word is going to be accidents. So when moose cross busy roads to find food, accidents can happen. So that's something that isn't planned, but it can be dangerous. So if, like a car, you bump your car into another one, it's a car accident. It wasn't done on purpose, but there is damage done. 6 is solid. It is very hard for animals to find food under snow and solid ice. So that's remember we talked about our solids, our liquids, our gases. Our solids are the really hard things. I have this mug in front of me. It's a solid. It's very hard, but inside of it there's a liquid. Then we have chilly. Polar bears have thick fur to keep them warm in the cold, chilly weather. So that means it's cold outside. When it's snowing, it's chilly. If it's too chilly, we wouldn't go out for recess. So that's if it's cold. Then we have the word landscape. The landscape changes in the spring. Grass turns green and the flowers bloom. So the landscape is kind of the area you're looking at. You can say a picture is a landscape. So anything, if you're looking at an area, the ground, you could say that's the landscape. Tundrous, a herd of caribou make a very loud tundrous sound as it runs. So it's kind of like a rumbling, thunderous. So it's kind of like thunder, that rumbling sound that you hear. And then dramatic. Salmon swimming upstream to lay eggs is a dramatic or exciting sight. So dramatic can be like over the top. When you're reading sentences with exclamation points, you need to use a lot of dramatic, like your voice expression. So you want to be extra and extra loud. So it's dramatic can be also mean like extra. So as you're reading, think about what these words mean. You will see them in both of your stories. If you don't know any of these words, you can look them up and maybe see if it can give you a more of a definition for it. And we will, maybe these words can help us when we are using our Venn diagram to compare and contrast this story and the story of the grasshopper and the ant.